Hi, this is Lainey with Cozy Kitchen, and today we are going to give a nod to my Greek heritage by making this traditional Greek dish. It's chicken with lentils, and it's pretty easy to make. And my dad used to make this all the time, but he made enough for the whole family. I don't know what brand of lentils he used, but these I think I actually got these from the food bank. But even if you buy them in the store, they're pretty cheap, which is probably why the food bank gets so many of them. But the this one bag will last a really long time because you don't need very much lentils. I'll show you. I mean, sorry it's off camera, but I can't see what the camera's seeing and work at the same time. So I'll figure that out as we go. This is only my second video, so we'll work on that. And so you can see I've got just a little half cup measuring, and so I've got a half cup of lentils. That's it. I'm gonna go take them and give them a rinse. I always rinse mine. The package says you don't have to, and the water does not come out all cloudy like the rice does, and so I'm guessing there must be like pre-rinsed or something. But they're still floaters, and I always like get rid of the floating lentils. I don't know why, but I just figured there's something wrong with them if they're floating. so so that's how I do that. And then if you use a half a cup of lentils, you use a whole cup of, you can use water, you can use vegetable broth. I like to use this Kirkland brand chicken stock. It's organic from Costco. They deliver it to my door. I just buy it by the case. I wish they had vegetable stock by the case, because I do actually like to use vegetable stock a lot, but it's just too convenient to use the chicken stock, and plus it makes a delicious flavor. Well, so does the vegetable, so you could choose either one. So then you put that in there, and then that's it. I mean, so this is pretty easy. Oh, I'm gonna put water in there. Now I'm trying to get the right amount of water because the directions say 2 cups. I had watched a YouTube video that told me to use a little less, and so I'm trying to figure out exactly how much less. That's the reason the towel is underneath it, is to make sure that I'm not spilling over. And then that little dish I put inside, I'm just taking this little snack bag of carrots and putting it in there, and they will cook perfectly. And I'm just trying to show how easy it is. Like, say you're in college and living in a dorm, or single and out on your own for the first time in your first apartment. This is such an easy way to cook a healthy meal that it's delicious and you can enjoy it. And I've got I just pulled out this tomato, which I'm gonna have to cut up because and I just realized that, see, this is why you want to put your ingredients all out, because otherwise I might have forgotten to season my lentils. And and even though tomatoes are not a seasoning, I just really like to add those in. It's, like I said, it's traditional Greek recipe. So I'm just taking a tomato and I'm going to cut it up, dice it, and put it inside there with some seasonings, and then I'll put the carrots back on top. So it's pretty easy to do. You can see I got a little tiny cutting board that I got from Pampered Chef. They have little tiny cutting boards. So, and if you are like new in your first apartment or something, a Pampered Chef party is a great way to get housewarming gifts. So, and I don't sell Pampered Chef. I just, I'm speaking for experience. I love Pampered Chef. I've had many parties. It's fun. It's a get together. Although now with COVID, I don't know if they're doing that anymore, but you could probably just go to their website and just buy what you want now. I know that's what Party Light's doing. They're changing because of COVID, because you can't have the inside parties anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna pull that out of the water so I'm not sloshing too much. And I just buy this Mediterranean herb blend from the Weber brand, but you could buy any brand of Mediterranean seasoning or mix them yourself. It doesn't really matter. But that's just convenient if you want some Greek flavor in your food. So like I said, I'm just going to put that right up in there, put the carrots back on top, and then I'll put the next layer on. Oh yeah, I like a little splash of chicken broth in my carrots, and then I'll put the next tier on, and then we'll put the chicken into this top bowl. Now you can see the chicken is raw, and I'm gonna put some Greek seasoning on that too. I'm very generous with my seasonings. I like a lot of flavor in my food, so you can just put how much you like in it. And so, but I just wanted to show that you can actually cook meat from raw in this cooker. And just like any meat, you can brown it in the pan first if you want that little bit of seared flavor. I don't think it's necessary. I think that the flavor I get from the seasonings is perfectly good. So and look, you can cook quite a bit of chicken in here. And I could have easily doubled the amount of lentils that I put in there and fed 3 or 4 people with this. Or what I like to do is, if I have extra, then I just put the extra into a Tupperware and put it in the freezer, and then I have like a homemade TV dinner, which is really convenient for the next time when I get home from work and I'm too tired to cook up a whole meal, or even this, because it does take about an hour to cook this. And so when you get home from work, you might not want to spend your time cutting up your meat and stuff and doing that. So you can just pull that leftovers out of your freezer, cook them about 4 minutes. And if it's got lentils or rice in it, I usually just put just a dash of water into the Tupperware before I microwave it, and then it's ready to go. So of course now I'm going to put even more seasonings on there. Like I said, I do love a flavorful meal that could be in the Greek part of me, but that's just how I like to do it. So but you can season it to your taste. Smidge of chicken broth, and then we will put the lid on and plug that in. And you can see right in the front is on the bottom there is that little light. Watch it light up. And when that goes off, the meal is done. It's just right there. It pushes in like a button, but the button doesn't do anything. So I'm not really sure. But like I said, it just cooks perfectly. So you just leave it on. Now I'm going to show you what I was talking about before. Like, I'm trying to get the exact amount of water, because that didn't really show, but you can see how the towel is getting a little wet on the left. I had hoped that the camera would catch those little tiny drips. They're tiny little drips coming out of there, so it's not like a huge leak, and it doesn't affect the way the food cooks. So that's a bonus there. So I'll cook those up but it does leak a little bit, so I would put a towel under it until you can figure out what the exact measurement of water is. I think today I used exactly 1 3/4, and that was still a little bit too much water. So but like I said, it doesn't change the way it cooks. It's pretty easy, and a little water on the towel is hardly ruining it. Just throw it in the wash, and the towel is perfect. But these will be fine. So then you can see the light went off, and so now it's time to open it back up. So the light's off. Unplug it first, because as soon as you take the lid off and it starts cooling down, the temperature, if it's still plugged in, will be like, oh, it's not done yet, and it'll turn it back on to start cooking again. So that's a little bit difficult. So you can see I pulled the top off. The chicken is definitely looks cooked to me. It is not the raw chicken I put in there. So just had to get a pot holder, and look at that, beautifully cooked, beautifully seasoned, very delicious looking, and I can attest to the fact that it is absolutely delicious. So I'm going to put that into a bowl, and then, anyway, so we're going to take this top one off. Now, this is very, very hot. I've discovered that I can take a couple of forks and put it into the little air slots and pull it off. You don't want to try to do it with your hands. I promise. It is very painful. Well, I mean, you get burned. It's definitely not third-degree burns or anything like that. I looked under my finger a little bit last time, but this time I didn't. I learned my lesson, and now look at how much this little tiny half cup of lentils has made. Look at all that. I mean, it is very beautiful. So I'll give that a good stirring. And now I'm going to put it all into a bowl together. Because, you know, I mean, I'd just eat it out of the bowl with a spoon. I mean, why not? I mean, it's just a nice little, you know, so you have this one, you got to wash those 3 silver bowls, wipe out the plastic thing, even though it stays pretty clean. So I just wipe it out with a damp towel, and then, you know, you've got one bowl that you're dirtying for your meal. It's perfect. And then just stirring it up really good. I'm going to kind of crush the carrots, or not crush them, but break them down with the fork, because, you know, they're well cooked, beautifully steamed carrots, and so I just kind of cut them up. Sorry I was in the way of the camera, and I don't know, I'm going to have to keep practicing, because it'd be nice to not be in the way at all. So yeah, there is a very filling, this is a very filling meal. So if you have, you know, issues where the high metabolism and you have trouble getting a good healthy meal that really makes you feel full, this is it right here. This will make you feel full. It'll last you quite a while, and you will love the meal. I promise. It's delicious. So anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If there's any recipes you'd like to see, please comment. Go ahead and ask any questions in the comments. I will happily answer them. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.